Morning skin prep is the most important thing that you'll do for your skin during the day because it's going to help protect the skin, lock in moisture and hydration, even if you're just wearing a sunscreen. So let's get started with the products that I recommend to get your day going. So what I like to do, of course, is cleanse my skin. Now, if you've got dry or dehydrated skin, then I don't use a cleanser, nor do I recommend one. Just a warm waffle cloth or warm facial cloth to cleanse the skin. And then what I love to do is spritz it with a beautiful facial mist. The rose water is one that I'm going to use today because it's super hydrating and it of course helps to balance the skin. The next thing that I do is dampen a cotton tip with some rose water, and I clean up any of my makeup from the night before, because even with a really good double cleanse, there's still a little bit of mascara that has transferred to the bottom lash line. Now, if you leave that there and you're wearing makeup, it's of course going to end up looking grey and of course make you look like you're tired. So it's definitely an important step not to miss. The next thing that I like to do is pop on a serum. Okay, so I usually use something like our vitamin C, something that's going to help brighten, hydrate and plump the skin. Now, all you need to do is use about that much of the tube and just dispense that onto your hands and press that in. And then of course, if you'd like to do your neck and your décolletage, please do. Let it soak in, and of course the reason I use the facial mist to start with is because it will help all of the serums and your moisturizers go in that little bit further. Damp skin always helps products penetrate rather than dry skin. So if you want to, you can spray your rose water or your facial mist in between each product application. Okay, so the next thing that I like to pop on, of course, is our moisturizer. Now, you may choose the brightening or the hydrating depending on what your goals are for your skin. I'm using the hydrating because, again, I'm a little bit more dehydrated. One pump out of the airless jar is enough for the face and the neck, okay? And I like to put a little bit of this around my eyes because it is quite lightweight. I don't use an eye cream of the morning because I find they're a little bit heavier, and if I'm wearing eye makeup, the eye makeup doesn't stay put as long. I still need a bit of hydration, so the primer, the skin primers in the Adorn range are completely fine to pop around the eye area. Okay, the next thing that I like to do is put on a facial oil, and I'll use one pump and I will pat that onto my skin, and then I will put my foundation on, whichever one I choose for the day. But instead of the oil today, I'm going to be popping on some sunscreen. For me, I don't need the facial oil and the sunscreen together, simply because the sunscreen is quite hydrating and nourishing by itself. So for me personally, using a face oil and the sunscreen together is a bit much. You might like to do that, that's up to you, give it a try. Face oils are beautiful for, of course, anything that's going to help nourish and correct the skin, and of course your sunscreen is an all-important step. So just pop a pump on of our tinted sunscreen, mix it around in your fingers to warm it up, press it in, and then spread. Now, it's up to you. The more sunscreen you use, the better, of course. And definitely pop some on your neck, even the backs of your hands, and then you're ready to start the day. Sunscreen is always the last step of your morning skin preparation.